So, this week's Rampage kicked off with an AEW World Tag Team Championship match, and the pivotal moment came when the Blade tied Penta El Zero's mask into the ropes, and then the Butcher and the Blade double-teamed Rey Fenix, but Penta managed to take off his mask while still concealing his identity and helped his brother, and then Rey Fenix finished off Blade for the win, and then the Hardy family office came in after the match to assault the Lucha Brothers, but then LAX came in to help the Lucha Brothers fend them off. And then the Dark Order's Anna Jay with Ty Conti faced off against the Bunny with Penelope Ford and Matt Hardy. And towards the end of the match, Penelope Ford tried to distract Anna Jay, but Ty Conti intervened. And then Anna Jay took advantage of the distraction for herself and rolled up the Bunny to pin her for the win. And then after the match, Penelope Ford pulled out a pair of brass knucks and knocked out Ty Conti and Anna Jay. And then Tony Schiavone was in the ring with Matt Hardy and Jack Evans. Jesus Christ, why has Matt Hardy been in every segment of the show so far? He had the Hardy family office in the first match, then he was in the Bunny's corner in the next match, and now he's being interviewed in the next segment. But this actually ended up being a pretty interesting segment because they found a fan that was in the front row dressed as Orange Cassidy, and Matt Hardy brought him over the barricade and slammed him into the ring. But let's back up for a second, because when I first saw this fan, I thought for sure this guy was Bronson Reed. Or, that foster dad from Shazam. But anyways, Jack Evans held him down as Matt Hardy cut the fan's hair off to allude to Matt Hardy's mission to cut Orange Cassidy's hair off. But then Orange Cassidy's music hit and he came down to the ring and cleared out Matt Hardy and Jack Evans. And then AEW Women's World Champion Britt Baker and Ruby Soho had a face-to-face interview, which was conducted by Tony Schiavone before their AEW Women's World Title match on Dynamite next week. And they talked a little bit of smack back and forth. Ruby said Britt was entitled and self-centered and banging dudes in the back, and Britt mentioned how Ruby got fired by WWE. And then the segment ended when Britt tried to take a cheap shot at Ruby Soho, but Ruby dodged it, sent Britt out of the ring, and then hoisted her title up in the air. And then we had our main event, which was the TNT Championship match, and the special stipulation was that Fuego Del Sol was putting his new car on the line. And when Fuego began picking up some momentum, Miro just got fed up and just started beating the shit out of Fuego. And then he finally finished Fuego off with 2 pump kicks to the head, and then he pinned him for the win. And per the stipulation, Miro took Fuego's car keys and jammed them into Fuego's throat. And then Miro locked Fuego in the game over submission, but Sammy Guevara came down to the ring and hit Miro with a knee strike. And then Sammy hoisted up Miro's TNT Championship to show him that he was going to be going after the title. And to be honest, I think if anybody can stop Miro, I think it will be Sammy Guevara, because for some reason, I think he just screams TNT Champion. So a good episode of Rampage, but the real big news is what's going to be happening in the next Dynamite and Rampage when we get the Grand Slam events, because those cards are stacked.